Yeah, so yesterday we started our class on exploration of Excel interface. So we went uh, just through an overview of how Excel looks like when you open it. So we covered a few stuff. So what we were able to cover was where you can locate the title bar on your Excel. Also, how you can access the quick access toolbar. And then we had the ribbon. And under the ribbon, we had so many menus or so many tabs that we were exploring. And we started with the home tab. I believe that is where we left at yesterday. So we will continue from there. So let me share my screen. This is now the overview of what we covered yesterday. So we had the title bar, and we said the title bar displays the name of your workbook. For instance, if you've saved your workbook as understanding the Excel interface, that is what will appear on the title bar. So it contains the name of your workbook and also the Excel program name. And then we saw the quick access toolbar. So the quick access toolbar is located on the top left corner. Immediately when you open your Excel, you should be able to see it on the top left. So it contains shortcuts of saving, undoing, and redoing your work. So, but we also saw yesterday that you can also customize the quick access toolbar. So you can customize it by adding more shortcuts to the quick access toolbar. So just a reminder on that, maybe if we might have forgotten. So when I open my Excel, this is my Excel. So what you are seeing here on the top left is what is known as the quick access toolbar. So by default, it normally has these three shortcuts. So the shortcut for saving, undoing, and redoing. But you can as well add many shortcuts as you deem fit. So how to do that? You simply come to the quick access toolbar itself, and then you right click. After right clicking, you will see this window that will open, and you will just navigate to where we have customize quick access toolbar. So when you click on that, it will open up this window. So you will select the shortcuts that you want to add to the quick access toolbar. So for instance, if maybe you want this shortcut, you can simply select it and then uh, click on add, and it will be moved to this pen. So if you want the shortcut for cut, simply select on it and then click on add. So after you've done, or after you are done adding the shortcuts that you want, you simply click on OK. And when you click on OK, when now you see your quick access toolbar, you will see the shortcuts that you had chosen have now become visible. Yeah, so that is the role of the quick access toolbar, is simply to provide you with the shortcuts of the functionalities that you want. For instance, saving and doing, redoing, and many other things. And then we saw the ribbon. So the ribbon is what you see is highlighted here. So just to show you, this is the ribbon. So where you see the file tab, home tab, all those menus, they are on a place called the ribbon. So and each tab or each menu tab has several functionalities. So the file menu, when you click on it, you'll see all these options that are available. So uncommon of them is save. You can save your workbook. You can save your workbook with a name by using save as. You can print, you can share, you can export. You can also publish and so on. So apart from that, we have the home tab, and which we spent a significant amount of time yesterday discussing the home tab. And home tab, for your information, has so many functionalities that will help you when you are analyzing your data. So just a quick overview of now the home tab. Can just go to where I have the home tab. So you can see the home tab is the default tab in Excel. So by default tab, it means immediately you open Excel, even if you haven't selected any menu here, it will be the default. Yeah, so the home tab is the default menu whenever you open Excel. So it contains the most commonly used commands for working with cells, formatting and editing data. And then the home tab now is divided into several groups, and each group has a set of related commands. So we can now classify them into these categories, and the first one being the clipboard group, of which we went through yesterday. So just to highlight that, this is the clipboard group. So it contains the paste, cut, copy, and format painter. And we saw yesterday how you can use cut, how you can copy, how you can apply format painting, and also how you can paste your data. So this falls under the board group of commands under the home tab. So then we looked at the font. So the font group here, it refers to this section here, the font group. So let me just take a snapshot so that you can see this section here. This section is what we are referring to as the font group. So you can change the font type, the font size, you can bold, you can italize, you can underline, you can change the background color, You can change the text color and so on. So is the font group set of commands under the Home tab ribbon. Hope we are on the same page up to that point.
Yes.
Yes. So, apart from that, under the font group, we have now the borders. And yesterday we went through borders. So this allows you to just add borders to your cells. So for instance, if I select these cells and I want to apply borders. So when I click on this grid, you'll see this drop down that will appear, whereby you will now select the type of border you want. Whether you want a left border, top border, bottom border, or all borders. For instance, if you want to apply all borders, you'll simply click on all borders and you'll eventually see the borders will be applied to your cells. So apart from that, uh, still on applying borders, so you can erase the borders, you can draw them, and then you can also apply the line colors to your borders. So if you want to apply borders, if I said you can draw them, you can, or you can just highlight the type of border you want, and it will be automatically be inserted. Some, I think, still under the font group. When you click on this, uh, is it? I can describe it as the bottom right corner square here. When you simply click on it, you'll also be able to see several other options that you can apply still under the font group. So when I click on that, you can see all the things that you can do. So you can either apply the fill color, you can protect your cells, you can apply the borders as we had said, you can decide on the font as well. If you want italic uh, or regular, you can simply choose depending on your need. And then on the font type, you can see we have various options for font type. So you'll select from the list the font type that you want. So on alignment, you can now decide on alignment of your data in the selected cells. So if you want your data to be aligned at the center, you simply select center. When you want to just indent them to the left, you can simply select left indent. And then if you want to align it to the right, you select right indent. But another thing also, you can change the angle or the degrees or simply how you want to tilt your text based on the angles. So you can simply use this arrow, move it where you how you like till you achieve the angle that you want. So for instance, if I want 30, 30 degrees. I'll simply select that. And then after I'm done, I'll click on OK. So on the font group, you've seen the numerous options that you have that you can play with whenever you are manipulating your data. So any question on the font group?
Yes. What is to indent? Indent.
So indent, let me just explain that. So let's say we have a name here. Like that. So let's come here. So it has been aligned to the left. Right. So come over, alignment. It has been aligned to the right. Hope you are seeing what we mean by indent. Yeah? So it's simply changing the alignment of the data in your cells. So if you want to indent them to the left, you simply select on left indent. When you want to align them to the right, you simply choose right indent. But alternatively, you can use this. This one takes it to the center. This one aligns it to the left. This one puts it to the center, but you can also make it to go at the top right of your center, of the center. So whenever you are limited, or if you don't know how to use this alignment group, you can use the other alternative as well. So you can see by default, I have selected center. So when I come to the alignment group, by default center is selected. So they all do the same thing. Okay. So apart from that, I believe you know how to change the text color. So changing the text color is simple. Here, can change the color to blue, can change the color to whatever you want. Yeah. So you can change the color. You can also apply conditional formatting. So if you want to format your cells based on certain conditions, you can use this feature for conditional formatting. So just to show you where this feature is on conditional formatting. So let me just go to Excel and come here where we have conditional formatting. So when I click, this drop down will appear. So you will now be prompted to select the kind of formatting that you need or that you want. So one of the options is to highlight cells based on rules. So for instance, if I want to highlight agents who have made more than maybe 15 calls in an hour, I can simply come to this option for conditional formatting. Then when I highlight cells rules, it will give me these options whereby I can apply the conditions for greater than, less than, between, equal, or text that contains certain characters. Yeah, so those are the conditions that you can apply, of which we will explore later on these options. And then you can conditional format your data based on top stroke bottom rules. For instance, if I want top 10 agents, I can simply come here and select top 10 items, or I can select top 10%, bottom 10 items, bottom 10%, above average, and below average. Additionally, you can apply more rules. So when you want to apply more rules, uh, this window will appear whereby you'll be prompted to select the rules that you want to apply. So this one I'll preserve it for later because we will touch on this. Now it's just to show you the various functionalities that are available under the Home tab. Okay, so with that being said, on the font group set of commands under the Home tab ribbon, we now move to alignment. So alignment, uh, I think we've touched a bit on it, but we have some items that we haven't touched on. So the purpose for the alignment group is to position text and numbers in cells. So we've seen earlier, when you want to position maybe a text to the right, to the center, to the left, you've seen how we can be able to achieve that by using the indent functionalities. However, we have other functionalities as that we can also use. So we have horizontal and vertical alignment. So for us to be able to see this, let's just come to this sheet. So still under this tab, do you see where we have AB? So where we have AB here, you can see when I click on it, you see various options that are available. So you can be able to change the angle either clockwise or counterclockwise or vertical, or you can simply rotate text up or down, or you can either decide to format cell alignment. So when you select that, it will bring you to this window whereby you can now decide how you want to format the contents in your cells. Yeah, so let's say we have Violet here in this cell. So if I want now to change the position, maybe to rotate this text counterclockwise, I'll simply select this and see the name for Violet has been rotated counterclockwise. So you can also maybe change it to clockwise You can see how we rotated that. You can decide whether you want just a vertical text. Can see, can decide to rotate it up. That you can decide to rotate it down. Can or you can now apply the custom format, whereby maybe I want this to be rotated to negative 45 degrees. So, and the name violet has been rotated to negative 45 degrees. So that's how you can change the alignment of text in your cells, or even the data in your cells. You can change the direction. So any question up to that point?
Not from me.
Okay, negative 60. So that's how you can rotate text. And then, apart from that, we have merge and center. So whenever you want to combine cells, so let's say I'm having cell N2 and O2, and I want to combine them. So for me to be able to combine them, I'll simply select the two cells and then click on merge and center. So the two cells will be combined into one. Hope you are getting this. So, and there are so many cases that you might find yourself in when you want to format or to merge and center your cells. So, for instance, maybe you are preparing a report and you want to put a report title, let's say contact center analytics. Contact center analytics. So, you can see this the contents of these cells is overlapping to cell Q2 and also R2. So for you to prevent that overlapping, you can decide to merge the three cells into one. So by simply highlighting the three cells and then coming on the Home tab and then clicking on Merge and Center. So you can see now the three cells have been merged into one. So we've merged these three cells into one. So that is the functionality for merging and center. So the other functionality is unwrapping text. So whenever you are organizing your data in Excel, for example. So let's say I have agent name here. Apart from agent name, we have maybe calls handled. And then we have calls answered. Let's say calls abandoned. So we also so let me just include
Hello?
Fred, I
The
can't
internet
hear you.
yangu.
Fred.
Just for the sake of illustration, so it is the way I've been like all contents of, or have I lost you?
Yeah, we keep losing you.
It's like there's an issue with your internet or something.
Okay, sorry for that. Where did I lose you?
And calls handled.
Okay, so I was just illustrating how you can use this functionality for wrapping text. And I was just giving an example. Suppose you having your data and they have been arranged this way. So you have agent name, calls handled, calls abandoned, and service level. So when you look at the contents in cell B3, C3, and D3, you can see kind of the texts are overlapping to other cells. So that at a glance, you can't be able to know whether in cell B3, whether the content is calls handled, or in cell C3, whether it is calls abandoned. So for us to be able to make this visible without adjusting the column width, we can use now the option for wrapping text. So when I highlight the three cells and then come to wrap text, you can now be able to see the text now have been wrapped, and you can be able to see the cell contents clearly. So you can center. So right now, I know at a glance, I know cell B3 is called handled, cell C3 is called abandoned, and I know D3 is service level. Right. So that's how you can use the wrap text functionality on the home tab. Are we together up to that point?
Yes.
Okay. And if we're together, then let's move on. So we've covered merge and center. We've covered how to wrap text. We've covered orientation. So orientation, we were rotating text within a cell. We've covered that. So we have the number group. So when we come to number group, let's explore that. The number group is here. So let me simply take a snapshot. This is the number group set of commands. So by default here you'll see it's general. But apart from that, you can be able to see these other options, right? So on Excel, whenever you are working with your data, you might want to change your data type. So let's say you are formatting currencies. So the number type that you want is you want uh, to apply currency formatting to their cell contents. You can decide to choose this uh, $sign. So you can choose the currency type that uh, you want to apply, whether it is US dollars, sterling pounds, euros, the yen, and so on. Or you can even choose more accounting number format, and it will bring you to this window. So just for your illustration, under the numbers group, so by default here, you see it's general. But when you click on this drop down, you'll see you have a couple of options that you can choose from. So you can either decide you want the number format, the currency, or the accounting format, short date, long date, time, percentages, fraction, text. But if whatever you are looking for is not on this drop down, you can go to more number formats. So on more number formats, you can be able to see the various options that are available. So you have text, we have special, we have custom. So more often you might find yourself wanting to use the custom number format. That is, you want to specify the format yourself. So when you simply click on custom, it will bring you these all options that you can use. So for instance, yesterday we explored when you want your date to be in form of month and year alone. So you simply came to here, month, and year. If we want to maybe change maybe our cell contents to hours and minutes, we can simply select on this. Or if we want hours, minutes, and seconds, we can select on this. So all this we will explore. This is just to take you through and gain that familiarity on where you can access this. So apart from that, you can see by default here, you can apply percentages. You can separate your numbers by commas. And then one important thing is when you are dealing with numbers that have decimals, you might want to increase or decrease the decimals. Let's say 0.5555. So if you want to decrease the number of decimals, you can click on this arrow that is facing to the right, and you'll be able to decrease the decimals. And if you want to increase the number of decimals, simply click on this arrow that is pointing to the left, and you'll be able to increase the number of decimals. So with that being said, uh, we've covered this. The number format dropdown, we'll explore this, of which again, we will explore further when we will be analyzing our data. And then when we look at now the accounting and currency format, we've looked at that. So we will move to another group of commands uh, called the styles group. So, and the purpose for that is to apply predefined formatting styles. So we had earlier highlighted you can use conditional formatting to highlight cells based on their values, right? So for instance, when you want to highlight top 10 agents, you can simply do that by highlighting the cell contents and then go to conditional formatting, highlight maybe top 10 agents. You'll, and then you'll be prompted to choose the text field that you want to be applied to the top 10 agents. Maybe you want a green field. Then you simply select and click on OK. Hope we are on the same page up to that point. And then on the style groups again, we have formatting as a table and also cell styles. So when you want to quickly format a range as a table with filter, you can use format as table. So for instance, let's say I'm having values here. Have agent A, B, C, D. For that point, it's L, maybe the QA is 80%, 70, 90%. So when you have this, when you highlight this and come to this format style group and you want to format it as a table, you will simply come here under format as table. When you click on it, you will see a whole bunch of these drop down where you can choose from depending on what appeals to you or what you want. So you can choose from this. You can see how we formatted that as a table. So you can change as well. We are not limited. So that's how to format your cell contents as a table. First, you highlight, go to Home tab, go to Format as Table. Open the same page to that point. So, apart from that, we can also change the cell styles. So, cell style implies that you are uh, applying a predefined style for either heading, totals, or even if you want a warning, etc. You can apply the cell styles. So let's see how that can be achieved. So let's say I'm having this data, 1, 2, 3. Then let's say I'm having DF. So I don't want to do a table here. Let me simply cut this. DF. And then let's say we're having QA scores. Percentage, maybe 60. So 60, not 4. So let me clear formatting here and come to styles. So on cell styles, so I've just highlighted my data here, and then went to cell styles. So normal cell styles is what is the default. So of which you can select various options. So heading 1, heading 2. So when I select that, you see how my cells have been formatted. So let me use another option. Uh-huh. So good, bad, neutral. Yeah. So that's how you can use the cell styles uh, command under the home ribbon. So with that being said, I think we've covered most part of the home tab. So we are remaining with two groups. So we have the sales group. So the purpose of the sales group is to either insert, delete, and format cells, rows, and also columns. So you can either insert cells, rows, or columns. So by that, you'll be adding either new cells, rows, or either columns. You can also delete cells, rows, and columns as well. And then you can format the row height, column width, and then you can hide and hide cells, and also you can protect cells. So with that being said, let us demonstrate this. So, and so when I want to insert cells, let's say to the left. So a new cell will be inserted to the left. So insert, you can see what's happening. So when I insert a column, uh, okay, insert sheet rows, that's how it's happening. So you can see new rows have been inserted, but alternatively, we have a shortcut. When you simply right click, you can insert cells to the right. You can shift cells down, or you can insert cells to the entire column as well. You can also delete cells. Delete cells. You see, I've deleted the cells here. Delete rows. I have deleted, I think it's one row that I've deleted. You see these options, you are not limited. Or you can also even decide to insert a sheet. So initially, you can see I had one sheet, sheet one. But when I chose the option of inserting a sheet, you can see we have sheet two here. I have inserted sheet two, right? So sheet, insert another sheet. Just observe, we will have sheet three. So we have sheet 3. So we can also delete a sheet. So delete sheet. So sheet 3 has been deleted. Delete sheet again. Sheet 2 has been deleted. So that's how you can play around with cells, with sheets, going on about on inserting. And then the other options that we haven't covered is to format. So you can format the row height. So you see how these rows uh, are at the moment. By default, uh, this is how it appears. But do you know you can change the row height of these cells? So when I highlight, for instance, these rows that I've highlighted and come to format, so I can change the row height, right? I can also change the column width. I can decide to auto fit the column width based on the type of data that I have in my cells or in my worksheet. So for instance, when I select change row height, so no, if I say I want my rows to be 30, the height of my rows to be 30, I just type there 30 and click on OK. You can see the row height has now changed. So the size has increased. So we've changed that to 30. Let us reduce that a bit. So the other option, uh, let's explore this one more time. Let's change this to 20. Now we've changed the row height to 20. Alternatively, you can simply right click. When you right click after selecting the rows, we have this option for row height. Row height, when you click on row height, you can change now that from this point. So this is 15. Let's change to 15. So the row height has changed to 15. So another option that you can also change is to change the column width. So when I select column width, and this window will appear where I'll be prompted to specify now the column width. Let's say I want the column width of 18. You can see the size of the column has increased. Let us also, let's say I highlight this, go to format, column width. Let's reduce this to 10. See now the column width has reduced to 10. So another option, let's say you're having data in your worksheet and you want to just auto fit the rows and the columns. So you can come here, choose auto fit the row height or auto fit a column height. So let's choose auto fit the row height. The row height has been auto fitted. Let's auto fit the column width. So you can see that that change has been applied. Then we have other options of visibility. So you can hide rows. For instance, if I do not want to see row 4 and 5, I can simply highlight the two rows and then come to format and then hide. and row 4 and 5 have been hidden. If I want to unhide, or simply I can right click and hide. So row 4 and 5 have been unhidden. So you can hide columns as well. So if I want to hide column N and O, I can select the two columns and then right click and then select hide. So column N and O have been hidden. And hide, I can simply right click again and choose and hide. Yeah, so that's what you can do under the format cells group. And then we have now the editing group. And the function for that is to perform common operations on cell data. So for instance, if I want to quickly sum calls for agent A and B, uh, let me simply insert, uh, yes. So I want to sum this, the calls for agent B and C. So when I come to here, when I click on auto sum, right? So 24 plus 24 is 48. So when I click on auto sum, you can see what is happening at the background on my formula bar. So this is the formula bar for your information. If you do not know the formula bar, this is the formula bar. So it has calculated the subtotal of the two agents, right? So when you want, for instance, to clear cell contents, if you want to clear cell contents, you can simply highlight the cell and then come here to clear. You can clear contents and everything here has been cleared. And then apart from that, still under that, you can sort either A to Z, that is ascending, or Z to A, that is descending order. So if now the number of calls here, let me remove the auto sum. Let's say we have extra agent DE. Their calls, let's say 30, 35, or 36, no problem. Let's say 50% here and 40%. So when we highlight this and come here and say we want to sort maybe smallest to largest or largest to smallest, we can choose from these options. So largest to smallest, you can see the change has been applied to these cells. So the last command is where you can find and select. So we normally have the keyboard shortcut for finding an item or values, that is Control F. So when I apply Control F, you can see this window that pops up. So if I want to find maybe agent B, I'll simply type there B and click on find. So you can see it has highlighted where agent B is. Alternatively, you can use here. Find, it will still open the same window. So let's find agent C. So agent C is here, has highlighted agent C. Then, apart from that, you can find and replace. So you can maybe replace C with F, for example. C has been replaced with F. Whenever you want to replace, you can use this functionality. So we have these other functionalities that we will explore when we are working with uh, data. So in a nutshell, we've navigated extensively through the Home tab. So what we've just covered is the Home tab, and you've seen a couple of things that you can be able to do with only this. So when you have your data, you can try to play along these all functionalities for you to have a practical feel on how you can use them. Yeah. So that's all with regards to the Home tab. Unless there is any question so far, or a place where you haven't quite understood. Ama kama
Yeah,
kuna
right.
yes.
Have you seen the interface for the Excel Chromebook? It's a
Mm,
bit different from this one, correct?
yeah, it's different because it is not the desktop version.
Okay.
Yeah, so the features that you even have, they are just the common features. Some advanced features you might not find them
Mm-hmm. We are
on
also not
Chromebook.
able to customize, especially the quick access toolbar. What did you call it?
Yes, it's the quick access toolbar here.
Yeah, so we are not even able to do that like you did earlier.
Yeah, but for your understanding, I think I have
Okay.
explained it in detail on
Yeah.
on what each functionality does under the quick access toolbar and also under the home. So whenever you have or whenever you get an opportunity, maybe you have Excel desktop version, you now have a rough idea on what each tab, each menu icon does. And also you are aware of the uh, various functionalities that are under each menu. Correct?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. So you will get better when you practice. But however, apart from the
Okay, so
recording,
Fred, let's say if
yes.
we maybe want to get a laptop and not a desk, recommend the laptop to have
Mm,
when it comes to space,
laptop.
the function.
So I normally prefer mimi huwa natumia Lenovo, but I know there are other models that are good and they are more faster. So it depends, and also the pricing differs. So if you want a quality laptop, you need to pay higher price for that.
So basically what you're
So
saying, any Windows laptop is able to handle this.
you can have a Lenovo, affordable one, um, unless you want efficiency. So we have those laptops that are very fast, and we have those ones that are a bit slow. So it all depends, but the functionalities are just the same. But if you prefer speed, efficiency, then you have to pay a higher amount. So if you don't want to get a desktop, you can decide to buy a good laptop. So practically a good laptop ranges between 25 to 30,000. But I don't recommend going to something less than 25. Okay, utakuwa unauziwa lapi bonoko. So from
Okay.
25 till 30.
That's for a laptop.
Eh?
Yeah.
Olivia, it seems now you are considering having one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if now you want to really apply your skills or to sharpen your skills, you really need either a desktop or a laptop because Chromebooks are very limited. And also, when you are using in some companies, even having a Windows laptop that belongs to the company, you might be restricted on the use as well. So having your own is it's also a good idea. Violet, wewe uko na desktop ama laptop? Because currently I know you can be able to access all this, right?
It's a laptop. It's a laptop.
Yes, yes, yes. Good. So you can be able to access all this, right?
Let's say yes. I wanted to ask, what's the difference of, I noted this yesterday from the this developer thing, the developer on the ribbon. Is it a new
Okay.
feature?
So, whenever you are working in Excel, there are functionalities that are not there by default, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for you to get those functionalities, you have to enable them. So they are inside Excel, but they are disabled. So the developer tab by default is disabled. So for you to have the developer tab on your workbook here or on your worksheet, you have to enable it. Same case to here, Power Pivot. You have to enable it. And there are ways in which you can do that. So, for instance, when you want to enable the developer tab, you simply come to File, navigate where we have options, and then and then go to add-ins. So those are tabs that are not there, or those menu icons that are not there. They are available under add-ins, but they are disabled. So you have to enable them, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
when I click on add-ins, it will bring this window. So it will open the add-ins window. So in the add-ins window, you'll be able to see the applications that are active. That is the add-ins that are active. So currently, on my Excel currently, analysis toolpack is active. Analysis toolpack for VBA is active. Euro currency tools is active. Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel is active. Solver add-in is active. And then inactive application add-ins that are there in my Excel, we have date, XML, Inquire, Microsoft Action Pen 3, Microsoft Power Map for Excel, Microsoft Power View for Excel. So those are currently inactive in my Excel. So if I want to activate them, I simply select on them, and then after selecting on them, I simply click on OK. So for your information, if you want the developer tab, you'll come under options, add-ins. But now add-ins for the developer tab is available under the COM add-ins.
Wait, Fred,
So
before you go any further, will we need it?
we won't need it at the
It was
moment,
just
but if we want to advance, we'll have to enable it, right?
okay.
But I'm
Okay.
just showing you how you can just enable it so that you can have it on your ribbon. Sawa sawa.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's how to go about it. So any questions so far? Comments? Whether nimeharakisha ama nimeenda pole sana, or whether I should increase the speed or slow down.
For me, I'm saying it's getting interesting and catchy paddy. It has become what we've learned today is not what we learned yesterday. It's like we're getting deeper and deeper into everything. So what you just said, practice makes perfect. So that I guess is what we'll have to do on our end to be able to grasp what you're actually doing here.
Yeah, exactly. Practice makes perfect. Good. So Olivia, leo session imekuwaje? Is it have we gone very fast or very slowly? Or
No, we are okay. The pace is okay. Excel is getting interesting. Yeah, so hizi tu ni basics na I hope hatutafika mahali tutasahau hii jina interesting wakati we are reviewing the session.
but you know the most interesting thing is we have we are taking baby steps, like it's gradual learning.
Yeah.
So we are starting slow, or yeah, let's say we are crawling. Yes,
Yeah, sure.
tunataka tujue 1 + 1 ndio itatupea 2. right?
Mm. Yeah.
Tutafika now 1 plus 1 times 2 divided by 5.
Mm.
Mm.
No, sir.
Yes, yes. Now things are, we are building on the concept. It's like now the level of difficulty is increasing.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that when we are tackling now complex tasks, so hatutakuwa zile za nimekuambia do this ati unaniambia ati na yeye inapatikana wapi?
Yeah.
Is it under the home tab? Huh? Can I please show me? Please show me. Is it under the home tab or the insert tab?
Mhm.
Huh? Sasa ukiniuliza hapo nitakwambia unakumbuka ile lesson eh?
Yeah. Week one.
What did we say?
Interest.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that is where I think most trainings lack, in that they go into advanced concepts, assuming that everyone knows the basics.
Mm.
And even the basics that you think you know, there are things you don't know. Even under the
True.
home tab, if I could just go very fast, there are some things that we could skip, of which even tungemaliza tu hii training na ujui kitu under the home tab. Mm. Mm. So itakuwa Olivia, yes, you said we covered the basics in Excel. So Ulize, what does this stand for? What can I be able to achieve by conditional formatting? Right? And
Mm.
this, when you are working with data, this will be second nature because, for instance, you, Olivia, you are the team leader. So you want to know the performance of your team. You want to know the top performing agents. You want to know those who are not performing well. So yes, you have the data, but how will you know that at a glance if you don't know the concept of conditional formatting? Well, I know, yes, under this conditional formatting, I can know the number of agents who made more than 15 calls in an hour, those who made less than 15 calls in an hour. You see, now it becomes even just natural. It flows naturally on your day-to-day operations or activities. So it's a single concept, yes, but you can apply it in multiple scenarios. Sinisal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ni sawa.
So that marks the end for today's session. So I believe it has been in depth, and I believe you've learned something new that will help you uh, apply in your daily operations, or that will enable you even practice more to enhance your skills in Microsoft Excel. So tomorrow we will explore the insert tab, and probably with the insert tab, I don't think it will take that long. So I want us to squeeze that. Um, so I want us most probably tomorrow we cover the insert tab, the draw tab, and then the page layout if possible. So tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Acha niangalie kalenda bwana. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Yes, kesho
So,
on Thursday 30th.
So no worries. If we can be able to cover this, and then I'll give you a small exercise to go through from Friday till Sunday. Then on Monday we will cover this, and this, if possible. And then on Tuesday we will now begin introduction to contact center analytics. By doing that, I know very well we will have covered the basics in Excel. And now when we begin now, we will be able to now see how we can now apply all the concepts in our daily operations in terms of data analytics, but specifically that will be contact center data that we'll be dealing with. Yeah, so it's 9:21. We are past time or within time. So I beg to end there. So tukutane kesho majaliwa.
Asante.
Uwe na usiku mwema. Nawe Olivia.
Pia nawe.
Asante.
Bye.
Bye bye.